Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. Please press the like button, subscribe, share, comment. I am always looking forward to reading the comments. I'm also looking forward to reading all of the dialogue as well. I don't know everything, and I depend on a lot of you for answering some questions that other subscribers have. I appreciate also those of you who have your own YouTube channel and you're constantly responding to other people. That's just awesome, and it just makes this channel more of a community. So I really appreciate everybody, all the participation. If you are a private security manager, or you own a security company, you own a private investigation company, even if you run a law enforcement agency, this video will be especially helpful for you, because if you really listen to the message, you're going to retain staff a lot better. So guys, this is about the 11th time that I am filming this video. I've been sick for about 5, 6, maybe 7 weeks already. Sick, I don't know. I'm almost sure I had the bug about 6 weeks ago, but I can't control my cough anymore, or my sneezing or sniffle. So if I do any of the above, please forgive me. Speaking of symptoms, okay, so what I did a couple days ago is I threw out a question to you guys in the community board of YouTube. If you haven't already, please go to the community section and answer this question. If you answer these questions, you're going to make this channel a lot better, a lot more comprehensive. The more people who participate in the surveys, the greater chance there is of me providing accurate information to you guys in future videos. So the question I had is this: why did you leave your last job? Choose the best answer. So I have about 90% of my subscribers are in the private security sector, either managers, line staff members, owners of security companies. I have about 8% of our subscriber base. They're in the private investigation sector. About half of that population was former military or former law enforcement, or both. And then I have about 8% of our subscribers who like to watch videos on guns, tactics, techniques. They just have an interest for the channel. So I appreciate all the subscriber base. So the subscriber base that I just mentioned more or less consists of the 65 votes. So I had 65 votes as of the date of filming this video. And this is what I found. That 34% of those surveyed left their job because of inconsistencies or conflict with their supervisors or management. And we have 40% who left their last job because of low pay and or lack of substantial benefits, and these can be health benefits as well. So all in all, you have about 74% of those surveyed who left their last job because of either issues with management, low pay, or benefits. Very, very important. About 2% of you left your last job because you're retired. Again, I have retired military, I have retired law enforcement on this channel. 8% of you said that you left because of work-related stress. And work-related stress can actually be caused by supervisors. That's 8%. And then 17% left because of advancement opportunities. That is a big chunk. But the majority of the chunk, which is 74%, is benefits, low pay, conflict or inconsistencies with management. So let's address inconsistencies or conflict with supervisor or management. Guys, it is especially frustrating when you have different supervisors and they have a different philosophy, a complete different philosophy on how to run a shift, how to run the organization for that day. You might have your policies and your procedures. Some supervisors will follow that. Others will not. They'll create their own policies or procedures, which creates a frustrated employee. But all in all, these supervisors, these managers, it appears that they don't communicate with each other because you're getting sometimes conflicting orders. You might work at a post where one supervisor says that you can allow people that have this type of ID to enter the complex or your post. Another supervisor might say, well, anybody can enter the post. Regardless, I think you guys get the point. Supervisors they're conflicting with themselves. They're conflicting with management. Sometimes management is conflicting with themselves. It just creates an unfair workplace for the employee. It seems like the only one benefiting from this inconsistency or conflict is a supervisor themselves. Supervisor or manager is unsure of themselves, and all of that insecurity is pressed on the employees, and sometimes in the form of micromanagement as well. I said this in other videos, I am current law enforcement. I've been working in law enforcement for a very long time. At the current place where I work, I get about $10,000 less than the average California police officer. But I think I'm one of the happiest police officers. I love the place where I work. I wish we had more officers. I wish that there was that opportunity for me to advance to a command staff position or even an investigations position. But those opportunities right now, they don't exist. So I am a little bit frustrated, and I probably would fall into the 17% who said that advancement opportunities is the reason why they left. But I like my place of employment. Now here's why. I'm able to walk to any supervisor with closed doors and have a conversation, and a meaningful conversation. If I have a problem in the workforce or problem with a call for service or maybe an issue with another employee, that doesn't happen all the time, but if I have any type of conflict, I can feel comfortable going to any of the supervisors at my entire department, and this includes the command staff all the way up to the chief. I could critique, I could criticize what they have done, what they're doing. I can bring my frustrations to them, and they don't go out there and start judging me or prejudging me and then, give me the worst of assignments or try to get rid of me. They actually, where I work at, they actually listen to me. They pay attention, they listen. And most of the supervisors I work with, they admit that they don't know everything, and they lend an open ear to me whenever I go in there. So I really appreciate the open door policy, and that's the culture of where I work. It's an open door policy all the way up to the chief, guys. I'm able to get $10,000 less than the average police officer at my place of employment, and I'm willing to continue working there. I've been there for it's almost 20 years. That what I just covered covers inconsistencies and conflict with supervisor or management. Also, most of the supervisors, they're on the same page. What we do get is that they all follow the policy. They have different interpretations of it, but they all follow the policy, which is great. You can pay me less and I'll still stay there. Now, what I don't want is, I don't want to work at a place that pays $10,000 more or even $20,000 more, where they have inconsistent supervision or there's constant conflict with my supervisors. I don't want to work at a place like that, even if they pay $10,000 or $20,000. Now, some of you, 40% of you, that's the majority of those of you who voted or took the survey, said that you left because of low pay and substantial benefits. There's a psychologist out there, his last name is Maslow, and he developed Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Basically, what he found in the workplace is people want to, they need the basic necessities, just food, water, air. When those necessities are met, then they're willing to go one place higher on perhaps the promotional ladder or the realization ladder. looking down on Maslow's theory, if you get low pay or low or lack of substantial benefits, okay, your biological needs might not be met. You may not have enough money for food. We also did a survey with about 170 those of you who participated, and most of you you're getting paid between $16 and $20 an hour. You are going to most likely leave if you're not able to put food on the table, not able to pay rent. Remember, not only is food and air one of the essentials for Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but so is shelter. Okay, if you don't have shelter, then you don't feel secure as well. And also security is also a big thing. You have to be able to feel secure. If you have maybe a family member with some underlying health conditions, well, you may not feel secure. And then if you live in a bad neighborhood, you may not feel that sense of security anymore. So you may want to move up with your place of employment. So that's understandable why 40% of you have left for that reason. But still, 74% of you have left because of lack of substantial benefits, low pay, conflict with your supervisors and management. 2% of you left because you're retired. I have to put that question out there because I do have a significant audience who is retired law enforcement, who's retired military. So I need to have that question out there. Work-related stress, 8% of you left because of that. Now, once again, I'm going to reiterate that work-related stress could be because of the inconsistencies with the supervisors and conflict with the supervisors or management. In private security, it doesn't get too stressful. What makes it stressful is inconsistent policies, inconsistent supervisors or management. That's what creates work-related stress. I'm sorry. Hospital environment, that's a high-stress environment also. Just the nature of that environment will also create work-related stress. 17% of you mentioned advancement opportunities. That's why you left. A lot of people on this channel, they've read my book, The California Legal Investigator. It's available on Amazon, by the way. And The Private Patrol Operator, also available on Amazon. These two books help one manage or own a private security company or private investigations company in the state of California. It is, I'm not surprised that 17% of you said advancement opportunities. A lot of people on this channel have left or are leaving your last job, or if you're still there, your current job, you're leaving because of the advancement opportunities. You guys are overachievers. You want those management positions, senior management positions, the supervisor positions, and your employer is not allowing you to rise upon the promotional ladder. That's why you're starting your own company, or that's why you're leaving. So, what can we get from this video? If you are a manager, a supervisor, please have an open door policy. If you own a security company and you get 200 or 300 employees, okay, try to remember your employees by name. I know some law enforcement agencies where I live, the agencies are growing too large that the common complaint with the officers under this person's command is, hey, this chief executive, law enforcement officer, and I don't want to give specifics because I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, they don't even know who I am. They don't even know my name. They don't even know where I'm assigned to. And it's very frustrating for these guys in law enforcement in my area. If you are a manager, what can you do different? Well, have that open door policy. Be open to criticism. Know your employees, like I just mentioned. Give your employees surveys. What can we do better in the workplace? What's working right now? What would you like to see differently? What you can always do is, again, even if you have 1,000 security officer post, visit each post once in a while and get to know the first names of your line staff and ask them, How can we make this place easier for you to work? How can we make your job easier to work? You're listening, and that's awesome. Is there any issues that you see in the workplace? And that's the perfect time to say, hey, yeah, this supervisor here always has conflicting orders with the other supervisor. Is there any way that you guys can maybe have a meeting and communicate the inconsistencies and how much frustration that these inconsistencies or conflict is creating among everybody else? Okay. For work-related stress, hey, if you're a manager or supervisor, if you see an employee is struggling, okay, it's okay to refer them to a counseling service that you might offer. Okay, remember, you might be a supervisor or manager, you might have a lot of knowledge basis, but not every manager is a counselor. It's okay to refer these people to third parties as well. Advancement opportunities. If you're a security force, okay, have a middle position. So where I work for the longest time, there was officer and then sergeant, and then there are certain levels in the command staff. But there's no in-between positions, and that frustrated a lot of people to go on to other agencies. It's for that reason that I believe if you have a security force, open up a middle supervisor position, a corporal position, or a lead officer position. Somebody who's between the non-ranking line staff member and a shift supervisor. And I know you guys have different names, but create that middle ground and pay them a little bit more, maybe a lot more. Okay? But guys, if I can't say this enough, just listen to your employees, listen to what they have to say. If you're watching this video and you're a manager or an owner of a security company, in a way you are listening to your employees. We had 65 votes. It's not a large number, but it's a number that we can work with and we can better understand the issues that are going on in the workplace. I said this once and I'll say it again. In the private patrol operator, I mentioned that when an employee leaves, they're leaving their supervisors, they're leaving their managers. They're not leaving because of the security company or the investigations company or the law enforcement agency. They're leaving because of the management. Management is inconsistent, they're unfair, they're creating conflict. It's not the employees all the time, it's management. So if you have a mass exodus of employees for your company, you have to look in the mirror. Are they leaving because of you? And if the answer is no, how do you know? And then second, you're gonna have to look at the pay and the substantial benefits. Are you given a retirement package, even small, healthcare package, something? Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on this topic. Why do you think that employees leave the workforce? Am I correct? Does this survey speak for itself that 34% of those surveyed feel that they left because of inconsistencies or conflict with the supervisor's management, and then 40% left because of low pay or substantial benefits, or are there other reasons? Looking forward to it. Take care.